Hello, everyone, and welcome to Online Guitar. Today, we'll be going over the first chapter in my book titled Guitar Level 1 Absolute Beginner. So, we'll be taking it from the basics. We'll be learning the notes E, F, and G on the first string, and we'll be learning how to mix whole notes with half notes and quarter notes. So, grab your guitars and let's get ready to begin. We are looking at the notes E, F, and G, and we'll be learning how to read these. If you take a look at the top part of this section here, you will see the sheet music or score paper aspect of what music is. This section will show you what pitch the note is and how long or short that note is as well. These circles are called whole notes and they last 4 beats. We are in 4/4 time signature, which means each of these measures, which are divided by these lines, they last 4 beats. So what does that mean? That means you can count up to 4 in each of these measures and then you go into the next one. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how you would be counting the first 3 measures that you see. The next step is to identify what note you're playing. For now, the top part will just be keeping track of how long or short the note is. So the height or the vertical aspect of this section here doesn't matter too much for us at the moment. All you need to know is that this is a whole note and that it lasts 4 beats. The bottom section is the tablature part. So you will see that we have 6 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each of these lines is here in order to show you what string you're playing. There are 6 strings on the guitar, so you have 6 lines. The top line is your bottom string. So this part is the only confusing part. However, we will only be learning one string today, so it should be quite simple because all the notes that land on that line will be played on this bottom string right there. A 0 indicates that you are not using your left hand to press on any frets. You are simply playing the string. That note is an E. The next note that we'll be learning is an F. In order to play this note, we'll be using our index finger. We'll be playing this by pressing down on that fret. These are called frets, and this is our first fret, the square. The square will be our second, our third, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So we put our index finger on the first string. Make sure that you're pressing down on the string. If you're using an acoustic or electric guitar, this might be a bit uncomfortable at first. You might feel a bit of discomfort, but that's okay, that's part of it, and you can always take a little break. So make sure that you are using the tip of your finger when you press down, and make sure that you are pressing down hard enough. Otherwise, you're gonna get that. You want to press down hard until you get that note. That note is an F. Another important thing to keep in mind is to not have your thumb out like this. So that isn't good. Why? That's because now we're limited to only playing in this section. While if your thumb is back here, you can land way further down the fretboard. So thumbs, try to keep them back here comfortably. Now that we got that out of the way, the thumb, we can focus again on playing this note. Make sure that you're using the tip of the finger and not the flat part, because this will be important later when you're doing chords. You don't want to be flat on the chords like this and get that. So of course you need to be using the tips. That way that gives the fingers enough space in between each other once you're playing chords. So let's get back to the note F. The last thing you need to make sure is that you're not pressing on this line. These are the fret lines. You don't want to touch those ever when you're playing a note. What happens if we do? Again, we don't get the full note. So let's play the F together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will be the challenge. Finally, our third note for this lesson is the G note, which is on the 3rd fret here. We are using the ring finger to play that one, and that's because we don't want to just use one finger and not utilize our other fingers. It's very important that we utilize as many fingers as possible because that gives us a lot more leverage on what we can play. Now the next thing you need to keep in account before we start the first exercise is that the note F, when we go from F to G, we will be coming back to F. As you can see, that's 1, 3, 1. Okay? Okay, simple so far. So E, F, G. Notice how I hold down my finger. That's because we'll be coming back to the F in our first exercise. So when you have two fingers placed down in the same time, the finger that's most to the left, and if it's pressed down, will not affect the sound or the pitch, which is the note that we're playing. So you can have 3 fingers down and your pinky on the 4th fret. You're only gonna hear the 4th fret. So this gives us options in the way we play. We don't want to look like this, moving all erratically there. We want to be as smooth as possible. So we go, hold it down, add the 3rd finger, release the 3rd finger, and then release. Okay, so it looks 2, 3, 4 like this, 2, 3. Now add the 3rd, 2, 3, and back to 1, 2, 3, and done. 2, 3, 4, done. So let's get ready to try the first exercise. If you have trouble with this at first, that's okay. You can always rewind the video to take a proper look again and try again. So what we'll be doing is we will be adding a metronome. A metronome counts the beats from, you can count 3 beats, 4 beats, it doesn't matter how many beats. We are in 4/4, and that means there are 4 beats in a measure. So let's get ready to give this a try. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Add the 3rd finger, release. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. All right. Take a look at exercise 2 and notice now there are 2 notes per measure. That's because these are half notes, half of the whole. So that means each of these notes lasts 2 beats. This one starts on 1, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you continue like that. So let's give exercise 2 a try. You can always come back, rewind, and try again if it didn't go as planned. So let's try that. 1, 2, let's go, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add the 3rd finger. Now release. 2, 3, 4, and release. 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now let's go to exercise 3, where we have quarter notes. Quarter notes are these filled in notes that last 4 beats. So again, we are doing the same exercise. It starts on E, it goes to F, it goes to G, and then you have one extra G here, so don't get tricked by that, and then back to F and back to E. Alright, let's give number 3 a try. 1, 2, ready, go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 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 done. So again, make sure you hold the finger there when you play it, as you can see here. Okay, number 4, exercise 4 now. What this does is it changes up the notes a little bit, so it makes it a little trickier. You have to pay a lot of attention here when you play, especially when sight reading. Right now, that's what we're doing. We're sight reading. Okay, and you're on your way to learning how to read music, which is awesome. So let's try exercise 4. Okay, we are gonna start again. Don't practice with the video until you're confident that you can play it. Then you can do this. Before we go to number 5, we also want to mention, I want to mention one thing. I notice this habit all the time. People use their pinky to plant over here like this while they play for support. And it makes sense in a way, but what it does, it really just limits you again from moving really fast, and especially for going alternate picking, which is something we'll get into later. The best idea would be to rest this part of your palm, to rest that on the strings that you're not playing, so the top strings, for example. If you're playing on the E string, we can rest the palm there, or we can rest the palm like this over here. Okay, and that means we have more freedom with our right hand than being stuck in here. Okay, number 5, we will try this out. So you're combining notes again, and make sure you hold the first finger down here because you're coming back to that F note there. Let's move on to number 6. Number 6, not only does it vary on what type of notes, on what notes you're playing, E, F, and G, but it also adds half notes with these quarter notes. So we're combining different note values. Good. Now we're gonna be combining different note values, just a whole note this time, but we are gonna be playing 2 lines this time. So as you can see, by the end of the first line, we only have 1 line at the end. That tells you that the song or exercise is not finished. But by the end of the second line, okay, these are lines, we have 2 lines, double bar. That tells you that the section of a song, or in this case, our exercise, is complete. As you can see, all the other ones, the single line exercises, have 2 bars, okay? So let's try number 7. looking at the next line. Alright, finally, number 8, our final exercise. This is the final challenge of the chapter. It combines different notes, different varieties here. It also combines quarter notes with half notes and whole notes. And we have 2 lines, and this time you only have a half note to react in order to look at the last line. So make sure you know what's coming next. You want to be here looking all the way there. So when you're here, you're looking here because you want to know what's next. Let's get ready to finish off the chapter. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and you're done. Congratulations, you've reached the end of the chapter. Feel free to go for the second chapter in my book. It's over here on YouTube. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in that second video.